Hey guys, Briantech here, bringing you another RuneScape video. Now today I'm going to be making a money making guide directed towards the medium to high level players who want an AFK money making method that makes around 2 to 3 mil per hour. And the only requirements that's really needed is 81 Slayer. Now don't click out of this video yet, but before I get to that, this method I found out from a guy named OtakuRS, or not a rare name. That's his RuneScape name, but his YouTube name is OtakuRS. It should be right here. And that video of AFK money making method really made me want to get 81 Slayer. Now if you guys want to skip the requirements and all that other stuff, you guys can go to this time right here. It should be in the screen, just because some of you don't like to hear the requirements because some of you might already know and stuff, so you guys can go click to that part. But the requirements that's really needed, like I said, is only 81 Slayer, but there are some recommendations I really want to make. Now what I prefer is about at least 80 range, at least 70 to 80 defense, and maybe preferably 92 prayer just in case for soul split. And one of the bigger things that is recommended is the penance aura or the vampirism aura. Now if you are using the vampirism aura, you really won't need that high of a prayer, but if you are using penance, you will need a high prayer level of like 92, and I'll explain it later. And recommended things is charming imp, you know, your best range gear pretty much. And yeah guys, the method that we're going to be doing is killing Roraries. It's going to make 2 to 3 mil per hour. Now we're at the mobilizing armies area. Now the fastest way to get there is just go to the Uglog lodestone. So I'm just gonna go there right now just to show guys how close it actually is. Now you guys can walk northeast from here, but I'm just gonna go take the lodestone and actually head west until you see a little church house or whatever it's called right there, and you're just gonna want to climb down the dungeon, and hopefully we'll find a world with no more than one people. And wow guys, I'm probably gonna have to hop, and first try guys, I found an empty world. Now let's actually kill the monsters first. Now you're gonna want to activate your aura. I'm gonna use vampirism for this one. You're gonna want to pot up, and you're just gonna want to attack the Rorarius monsters. And one of the methods, or one of the abilities that's gonna make this method AFKable is obviously one of the auras that you're gonna choose, either penance or vampirism. Now if you choose vampirism, you'll be able to you will be able to heal up 5% of the damage that you deal. So with that you can use deflect magic or protect magic. Now let's say you have penance, you gain prayer points equal to 5% of any damage you receive. So with penance, I highly recommend you use soul split because you won't be deflecting any of the damage. And I already got a loot. Wow guys, that's actually pretty good for my video. But basically what I'm trying to say is, if you have penance, you won't want to deflect prayers, so you're just going to want to soul split. So if you guys have under 92 prayer, you guys are going to want to use the vampirism aura and deflect or protect for magic. And one of the bigger things, I should say, that you need in your range ability bar, assuming that you're doing it with ranged, is the ricochet ability guys. Now this ability will hit multiple targets, so they will automatically be aggressive to you since you'll be hitting 3 to 4 monsters at a time. This is what makes it AFKable guys. As you guys can see, I'm not even clicking anything, and thanks to my ricochet ability, I really don't have to pay attention to my screen, and that's what makes this method AFKable guys. Now you guys are gonna want to have your auto retaliate enabled. That's with the 2 swords, and that's the part where I actually derp out guys. So this is gonna be a pre-recorded part of the commentary that I'm gonna repeat. So basically in the clip you're gonna see me get 3 keys in about 10 minutes, which is about 1 mil in cash, since each keys is around 400k on average, some 300k, some 700k, you know, somewhere in between. But basically I'm here to talk about the pros and cons. Now, the pros of this money making method is that it is very good XP, around 140k range XP and around 48k HP or Constitution XP, and it makes around 2 to 3 mil per hour. And number one, it is very AFKable. Now the cons of this money making method is that it may be hard to find a world. Sometimes it took me about 10 to 15 minutes to find a world, but once you find a world, it's really worth it. And I actually stock up for around 1 or 2 hours sometimes, so that I never have to leave the place. So once you find the world, it will be easier, but that's one of the cons. And personally, you would not want to go to a world where there are more than one person excluding you, and basically you only want to have about two people per world including you, so you and another guy. So it will be somewhat AFKable, because if you have more people in a world, you're gonna have to pay attention to your screen more, you're gonna have to click on the monsters more and all that other stuff. And another con that I can think of right now is skill requirements. Of course 81 Slayer is somewhat of a grind to some of you, and personally that's what I think too, but I literally just sucked it up and slayed for an entire week, mostly AFK slaying, half and half screen, AFKing fire giants with ricochet and all that other stuff while watching a YouTube video. So it made the time go by faster, but once you get the requirements, it will get easier. And RuneScape Wiki is actually rating this money making method at around 3.3 mil per hour, but to me it is just impossible to get that much. Maybe if you get lucky in keys, but it's pretty much impossible, because you'll literally have to pick up all the things like that you get, like the gold ore, the alchemical stuff, like the runite limbs, mithril plate bodies, etc. And it will not be AFKable, so it just ruins up this method. So that's why you can't get around 3.3 mil. So if you pick up only the keys, you'll be able to get around 2 to 3 mil per hour. Sometimes you'll make around the 2 mil mark, sometimes you'll make around the 3 mil mark. It really depends on how lucky you get and how fast you can kill them. And my personal tip when doing this is just to go and attack a couple of monsters with your ricochet, and then check every 2 to 3 minutes or every minute or two until you see a golden beam is shining on one of your items or something like that on the chat bar. Oh yeah, make sure your chat is on so you can see that little orange thing in the chat, so you really don't have to go spam clicking through the loot pile to find where your loot is. And I just half and half screen, I watch a stream or YouTube video on the other, and then I play RuneScape. But that's pretty much the method, guys. I hope you guys liked this video. Please give a like if you enjoyed it, comment if you have any more questions, comments or criticisms or anything like that, or any tips that I didn't know about this money making method, or any other ideas. And other than that, guys, please subscribe, and other than that, again, have a good day, guys. Bye.